Hey everybody, Thomas Joseph here with another Thanksgiving conundrum. A lot of you have been asking about how to fix lumpy gravy. If your gravy turns out like this, where there are big lumps of flour, if it didn't thicken properly, and I'm going to show you today how to make the perfect gravy, our gravy 101, and then if in fact you do end up with a lumpy gravy, how to fix it. So I have a roasting pan here that we've roasted our Thanksgiving turkey in, and what you want to do is you want to strain the juices and the fat through a fat separator. And what a fat separator does is the fat floats to the top and the juices, all of the wonderful turkey juices, sink to the bottom, and let that sit for a while. And now place the roasting pan over heat, about a medium-high heat. And I'm going to deglaze with 1 cup of giblet stock. Now what you want to do here is make sure that you scrape up all of those wonderful brown bits on the bottom of the pan, because that's really where all of the flavor is. And then bring this mixture to a boil. And while this is coming up to a boil, take a glass jar with a tight-fitting lid, or any type of container with a tight-fitting lid. And I have instant flour here, and what's really great about instant flour is it dissolves so easily. So 1 tablespoon, and I'm going to take about 2 cups of the giblet stock that we have and add it right to this jar. Now, a giblet stock is simply the giblets from the turkey, a little bit of water, onion, bay leaf, sometimes peppercorns, also the neck of the turkey, and you just need to simmer that together until it really has a nice, bold, dynamic flavor. So tighten up the jar and give this a good shake. And you can see that there are no lumps in the jar. This instant flour, also known as Wondra, you can find it in any supermarket, really does dissolve very quickly and evenly. So the pan is nice and deglazed. I'm going to add our flour stock mixture right into the pan, and you just want to stir this together and bring this mixture up to a boil and reduce your gravy until it's nice and thick. So the gravy is nice and thick. You can see when you stir in the pan that a line remains, and that's how you know that the gravy is thick enough. So I'm going to add the defatted juices that I have from the turkey. Just the juices from the turkey with that wonderful dark color. Stop right when you get to the fat and discard all of the fat and gently stir this into your gravy. Season with a little bit of salt and some freshly ground pepper. Give this a strain through a nice fine mesh sieve, and there you have it, Gravy 101. If you do have a lumpy gravy, there is a very easy way to fix it. You don't have to start over. So in the roasting pan here, I'm going to give it a little bit of a whisk. Give your gravy a little bit of a whisk, and what it does is it breaks up any of the flour pockets that remain. Simply take your gravy and strain it through a fine mesh sieve to get out any of those giant lumps of flour. If your gravy seems to be a little too thin, there is a way to thicken it now as well. So I'm going to pour this into a pot. You could also do this in the roasting pan if you'd like. Put it on medium heat, and similar to what we have done with the Turkey 101 gravy, is in a jar with a tight-fitting lid. Take about 2 cups of giblet stock, and again, another tablespoon of that fine instant flour. So our gravy is nice and hot. I'm gonna take a little bit of our instant flour and giblet stock mixture, and I'm going to add a little bit at a time to the gravy. And you want to bring this up to a boil now, because that instant flour doesn't come to its thickening potential until it's brought up to a boil. Once it comes up to a boil, you'll be able to gauge whether or not your gravy is thick enough. So you can add a little bit more if you want it to be thicker, or you could stop and you're ready to serve. Our gravy has come up to a boil, it's nice and thick, and all you have to do now is serve this up. So here is the lumpy gravy that we've fixed just by straining and adding a little bit more thickener. And then of course our Gravy 101, which we've made from scratch. So there you have it, Gravy 101 from start to finish, lump-free. And if it does happen to you where you get lumps in your gravy, an easy way to fix it. So kitchen conundrum solved. Enjoy your Thanksgiving.